Hello everyone, thank you for joining. Let's play some Rapid. Got 15 plus 10 up. Opponent is 1656. And we're getting Freddy Krueger with e4, e5. Oh! Vienna style. And here we go, nice one. Vienna Gambit. Now, we take... are they going to play the... They are playing the Paulson now. This I know is really good. Craig also played against me c5 the other week, which is really evil. Let's play that. I don't know how it goes at all. I've still got knight c6 as an option. Coming in here could be really good. But yeah, I just remembered this. And now my opponent, who blitzed out his first 5 moves, is scratching his head. Now this does give white time to play the bishop out to here with check, which would then have to be blocked with either knight or bishop to d7 or knight c6. I think knight c6 is probably all right. And I may still kick the bishop, force it away, because he can't go there, you know? So that's quite interesting. Tingeltoni, we shall see, from Deutschland. And playing the Austrian opening, the Vienna opening. He's like, what devilry is this? What do you mean c5? You're not supposed to play c5, you're supposed to take the bloody knight. Now, if knight takes, pawn takes, queen takes, he wins a pawn, isn't it? But then, yeah, I mean, I do. I give up a central pawn. I always now as well have ideas of this too. Hang on. Knight takes g3, queen takes knight back with a fork on queen and king. It's pretty much going to force a trade. I don't know. So even queen h4 at this point might be a plan. Secret to getting better at chess. If I was going to sum up where my thinking's at right now, is if you enjoy the process of stretching your level of thought, depth of thought, you know, your calculation, if you can get into that, get off on it, then you'll improve. If you find it uncomfortable, painful, undesirable, then perhaps don't bother now. So opponent has played, yeah, not an uncommon move, knight g to e2 in the Vienna. Okay, if you have this idea. Now if I take, he's probably thinking of taking back with his other knight. And then, quite honestly, I'm just behind in development, aren't I? So there's not a huge amount of point in that. This move annoys the queen. But nobody's ever won a game through annoying your opponent. Yeah, so, yeah, if you get a kick out of thinking more than you thought last time, then knock yourself out. Here, if knight takes, d4 is a possibility, I don't know. Or should we just do knight here now? So first let's evaluate queen h4, check. Queen h4 takes. Now if knight takes, and I've just given up a knight. So I think that's fine. So he took 2 minutes 24 over that move. So that's, yeah, one to remember against your Vienna player who just bangs out the Paulson. And of course now we are hitting this pawn. We are kind of threatening this, but I don't know. You know, knight takes, pawn takes, knight's still safe, this pawn is still safe. We hit this knight. Could be a thought. Huh. Now this is on still. I mean, I can annoy the queen if black captures with the bishop, I recapture. That then prevents long castles. Indeed. Indeed, sir. Well spoken, sir. Okay, takes there. Push d4. Knight can come. Alright, we've all heard you. Gobby. No, knight can't come. Yeah, knight can come there, actually. It's defended by the queen. So I can't capture. Knight in with a fork. And I'm also threatening that. So knight in, knight d4 forces the trade of knights. I then capture towards the centre and hit this guy. There, knight takes. I don't have to take immediately, but probably... Right, you're for the pot if you carry on with that nonsense. Okay, here is possible. I've got to do something. This I don't mind. I think that's all right, but yeah, the thing is, look, I've got to move the piece a second time anyway. So if takes, we're still doing okay. There, if he takes me, takes back. He takes here, takes, queen takes pawn. Nothing gained there. So this move, what's he going to do? Queen can't go there, can't stay where she is. Can't go to these light squares because of my bishop. Obviously can't go here, can't go here, can't go there because of the bishop. So, you know, she's really restricted to one of these 4 things, unless the bishop takes. Right, I'm going to play that move. Might not be great. Oh, I've just realised I blundered that pawn. So, I mean, queen takes is the only option. Obviously, if knight takes, he loses queen. But, yeah, queen takes d5 is definitely a possibility. I then bring out my bishop, this pawn safe, knight safe. He might trade queens, but then I get a central rook for the cost of my pawn. Definitely interesting position, that. Why didn't I just take this pawn here? I didn't even consider that move. It was a free pawn, and it hits the queen. So it's a counterattack on the queen. That was rubbish. Come on, Hunty. Obvious. 2 knights in the middle of the board too. 2 pawns out, 2 knights in the centre. What the hell? So, point is, if queen takes here, do we trade and allow white to place a knight in the centre? Or do we... Yeah, that was just a muppet move. Okay, so I take, gets knight in centre. I don't take, takes, that's just better for, you know, develop. I'm kicking myself over that move. That was terrible. Okay, and we recapture, and I blunder the knight. Oh, that was just rotten. That was just, right. Sack that off. Sack that off. We'll do another one. That was a warm-up. Bloody hell. 61-6, 2 blunder. Is that a blunder or a miss? What's going on here? So here we're better, okay? Oh. It says take on. Yeah, it was just crap. That was just terrible. Because I saw this, but then after the trade of queens, no, just rubbish, Hunty. Okay, let's go back one. How about this move then? What does the computer make of this? Because I like this. Black is better. It's saying queen h5 is best. So why knight c3? Let's figure this out. Knight c3. I'm sure they'll recapture the knight. Machine says b takes is better, but I think that's more. This is more human. And then it's saying bishop e6 because you've got two attackers on this pawn. Just develop. And you can see, like here, this is just a much nicer position than the complete dog's dinner that I just did. Anyway, we'll draw a line under that one. The opponent did fine. Yes, good game, good game. Right, black pieces against 1572. I am 1530. And we're going England Gambit. If accepted, Charlick Gambit. I'm liking playing my repertoire. You know what I noticed as well? That periods like in the past when I've just really hit a peak, like I hit 1670 rapid at one point, and okay, now yeah, this is a move that Craig suggested. I'm putting extra pressure on this pawn. I'm trying to tempt him into capturing here. There we go. Thank you, Craig. Right, previously I've just carried on with like my expansion. It's not the way to go. See, now I'm happy. Anyway, so what was I on about? Yeah, previous points where I've like hit a good peak in the past is when I've been playing the same kind of repertoire and got quite used to it, you know, which is good. So queen here, this knight hasn't come out yet, so I don't need to develop my opposite knight because we have to stop the knight coming into this square if he does that. But here we have, okay, let's just quickly do this. And my threat is simply to capture on g3. And Gary here is performing a very important role, right? If Gary goes, Harry is isolated. So there we go. Okay, so he's blocked queen. This is all right. And now we're just playing chess, aren't we? So look, I have 1, 2, 3, and the queen out on the board. My first instinct here is to push h5. Notice that this is defended only by the queen, as is this square as well. This is defended only by bishop, defended only by rook. Yeah. So h5 here, h4, pawn takes. I like this, and I like this dark squared bishop as well. Question is, should I maybe develop first? So if I use a move to develop the knight, is the knight part of the attack? Well, I don't know. So h5, h4, if takes, I've even got like rook sack the exchange there, get the knight, queen on here, right? There's no g-pawn. And my queen is threatening to come in here. So I think in the interests of attacking, let's do it. Another idea is the classic queen bishop combo. What's that about? Here, if pawn takes or knight takes, I can just capture, trade off. Yeah. Remember, this knight's practically pinned because as long as the rook and the queen are still there, you know, so if I was to take this knight, he really has to take with the bishop. And that's less than ideal, maybe. If I push on, bishop goes back in the corner. You attack my bishop, you son of a bitch. Not attacking there, knight defends. Knight can't be taken out. So now knight f6 defends bishop, yeah? Very natural kind of idea. He's also got the queen out of the line of fire of the rook. Worth bearing in mind. Okay. Maybe we should have like calculated this. Like, you know, if we take here, queen takes, but the other thing is it comes with check. So 0 point to that. Really. Because I can't like steal a march. Okay, so now he wants to move his knight in. We get this. I have to take out that pawn, eh? Surely I do. I'm thinking if takes here, I could take back with the rook. Another idea is maybe knight e4. But again, yeah. The thing is, he's going to end up with 2 pawns on dark squares anyway around the king, which means it's my light squared bishop that's the real danger here, the real threat. Right, he's got to do something now because I'm threatening to take out his knight. Yeah, okay. So, here we are. That is a check, and I like it. If I take pawn takes or rook or bishop, lots of options there. Bang, bang. I think he really wants to take out this bishop. Because, yeah, you know, it's not exactly biting on granite, is it? Because, you know, these pawns are legitimate military targets. So why not throw in the check? I mean, what's he going to do? He's going to step out of that. That then leaves this pawn actually hanging. Because if the king steps there, then the h2 pawn is then pinned and therefore not defending this. So let's play this move. I'd like to put my queen here, but I can't because of that stupid horse. Is there a way to defend this square? Like this? Okay, so he's blocked. So what he's done now is he's pinned this pawn, right? Here I'm actually threatening a fork. But the problem is if I play that, I've got queen takes a6 check. This move is on. If I trade off my bishop for that, I'd like to move my... I'd like to be able to get my queen onto the h-file at some point, yeah? But I'm a bit short. How about this move? There. No. Because the knight's defended twice, and I'm also lining my queen up for potential discoveries. In fact, yeah, also, knight to here or here comes with check as well. And so, yeah, you don't put your lady in harm's way for no reason. Here, thinking about taking that out. Yeah, kind of liking the idea of that. Also, I've got 2 attackers on here, you know. This blooming knight can be persuaded to move along. Do I want to bring my bishop back and harass the knight? This is a good bishop. Even something like queen here. Stick the bishop in there. Remove it. That's also a good idea. God, we're a bit... got an embarrassment of good ideas here, haven't we? Moving this knight makes a lot of sense. It kind of opens things up maybe for the queen, but not like immediately. Queen here, then over to the h-file. It's a bit ponderous, isn't it? Takes, not sure about that. I'm thinking this. Bishop in there, try and trade off. And then that comes with all kinds of evil threats. This pawn is now pinned. And it gets out of trouble with this knight. You know, knight can't come there really. Bishop takes. Okay. Rook here isn't playable. I simply take. And then the queens are facing off. Opponents play pretty quickly so far. Longest move was 23 seconds. That was over 2 minutes, that one. So again, this knight is now... well, hang on, that's defended by the bishop too. And now my queen's no longer attacking the pawn, so... yeah, this pawn's actually quite safe, but it is still pinned. Bishop in here. He really just has to stand his ground there. Okay, that's interesting. Huh. Oh, look. 1, 2, 3 attackers on here. Do I take him out? I could take him out with that. I mean, there we end up with a trade of queens. Not sure about that. I kind of want my queen. This blocks the bishop. Interesting move. He's really looking at messing up my pawns there. If I take out that knight, let's say he takes, either pawn could take. Let's say I take out the knight, the pawn takes back. Take out the knight, we trade queens. Then he takes with one of these pawns. He's still gonna. Well, it depends which he take. If he takes back with C, then he's got a kind of mini pawn system going on there. I can always just drop back. I'm still a pawn down, so I'm not really loving the idea of trading queens. However, what the alternative? Block with knight here. Bishop's not going to take it. Block with knight, then he takes here anyway. I have to take that with a pawn, because otherwise I lose my queen. Here, takes. I can always stick my bishop back in there. It's actually not the end of the world. But with 3 pieces attacking it, I don't like. Knight takes, pawn takes, bishop takes even. Also this, oh no, bishop defends. So this is a thought. Or takes, C takes, I drop my bishop back. No, it's takes, trades queens. Okay, I think this. Again, another 2 minutes 20 on that move. But, I've got 15 minutes and I've got an extra 10 seconds each move. Knight's the only defender of that. This I don't like, see he pins his own knight there. And then I would actually come back here probably. Hit the queen. Knight takes, bishop takes backwards. Good. Liking this bishop's a really good piece. Doing an important job. Holding down my opponent's options. Right, block your ears if you don't want to have to rush to the toilet. There we go. Okay, we have takes. Okay, pawn takes. See, my bishop can step in here, filling in the job of the b pawn to some degree. I mean, queen comes here, king b8. What's she going to do? What have you got? Now, okay. This pawn is still pinned. This knight still has to defend it. It's attacked twice. It's defended twice. So the knight and the bishop, really, they're kind of frozen. Okay, you're threatening that. So this obviously doesn't work. Queen comes in, it's checkmate. So I think I have to drop back with my queen. And White may be congratulating himself on breaking my pawn structure, but I don't know. It's not like your pawn structure's that good either, Whitey. So, okay. So the threat is this, obviously. Don't see any other legal move, actually. Well, that doesn't blunder mate. Ah. And then I've got 2 attackers on this knight. And the bishop's undefended. Bugger. However, he's moved his knight, yeah? So I can actually do this. Bishop takes, knight takes bishop. I'm threatening this guy. Oh, but as soon as this knight moves as well, this bishop becomes a monster. So if queen takes here, it's actually threatening to come in there. Wow. Knight takes. I didn't even think about that one. Okay, well, I'm in check and I have to move. It's not mate. Bishop defends there. Opponent is playing well here. Okay. I'm in check. I have to do it. Does that just hang the piece? Wow. Good play. Yeah. Okay, now this isn't on because I haven't got any other thing else looking at it. That was a sequence, wasn't it? And also, this knight's threatening to move with check, but what can I do? So if this knight moves here, for example, he wins a rook, or at least an exchange. And if I come here, it doesn't really change anything. So I want to move this rook, or any other piece that's in the range of that knight. So this, I know, is safe from a knight. So now all he's got is pawn, but then that does actually drop the knight. I should probably like push forward. Just give my king another square. Okay, so, okay. Only one legal move, I believe. Well, that's legal, but falls to a fork. Oh, he's got the bishop. Oh, do you know what? Hats off. Hats off. Hats off there. Let's do a quick analysis of that. And the other thing is as well, you know, when you get your mindset into what I'm doing here is I'm trying to improve my chess, not I'm trying to win every game. Then, okay, so we have a key thing. How did we play? 2,000 by my opponent, yeah. And I played 1,700. So, you know, I'm not ashamed of that at all. Now, opponent here played, so this was the best move, good. And here I get an advantage. This was an error. Should have taken with the other pawn. That's a great move, cool. So I'm better now. Best move, excellent. Okay. Right, so queen over there was a mistake. Bishop back, threatening a discovery on the queen was the way to go. Okay, and then my opponent just did very, very well. Even +9. Wow, what a difference. I think I played that move quickly as well, you know. And then I kind of, after I played it, I thought, well, should I have thought about the queen recapture? And then, oh, just, you know, clinical finish. All right, well, you know, why not? It's Sunday afternoon. Okay, we've got white pieces now against day 1536. Let's see if we can get a win. I don't know. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. But as long as we are enjoying our chess and we're learning from it, that's all that matters. Alakhine's defense. Okay, I'm gonna push on. I mean, another alternative here is you could like play knight c3 and go in, try and transpose into a Vienna. Maybe I should have thought about that. Okay. Now this opening actually scores really well. Okay, I'm gonna go full Monty. Hit the knight. Knight kind of retreats. What do we do here? Do we take? Queen can't recapture because there's a fork. Take and CD. Means we've got a slightly open center. Or just knight out. Knight out. Then if he takes, I get a knight in the center of the board. Okay, I'm thinking bishops. Thinking bishop here. But actually also maybe the fianchetto is stronger because there's an open diagonal there. Another thought, I mean, okay, so he's got no kingside knight now because it's well offside, it's over there. So maybe like bishop somewhere, even bishop here, queen behind is a thought. Nothing wrong with that, I don't think. Queen behind, getting ready to remove the fianchetto bishop. As soon as he does that, okay. Question is, do we wait for black to castle and then go in with this idea? Do we line it up now? I can line it up now and I don't have to pull the trigger on it. Also notice this bishop has to defend this pawn right now. So knight here is also a thought, but that gets in the queen's way. Here, does bishop here do anything? Not really. I mean, it's still defending the pawn from where it is, so am I in a hurry to castle? Maybe not. I'm going to play this. Okay, that's defended twice. If pawn takes here, I didn't really think about that one. Okay, I take with knight. I don't think that's in black's favour. I don't think he wants to sack off his dark squared bishop, because it's gonna be integral, especially. Yeah, so I mean, if I recapture, he can trade queens, but then I recapture with knight. I'm better. I don't think he wants to do this. I don't think. Yeah. Don't think it's better. So this is Alakhine's Defense Modern Albert Karpov variation. We are students of chess. Ah, okay. Well, don't tempt me, Frodo. Understand, I would use this trade out of a power desired to do good, but through me. Then he just develops his knight. I mean, I've got a wicked knight there. That is a bonza knight. Is it time to just develop the bishop now? Okay, now let's consider this idea. You know, the thing is, after he castles, he's going to have his rook on f8. Yeah, which makes this more pressing. So if he took my knight, for example, I can take his rook and we recapture. Okay, so I'm thinking I think probably this, or even still the fianchetto. That pawn's undefended. Yeah, I'm going for fianchetto and castles. Should always consider the possibility of it. It's always there as an option. Okay, he's really now starting to press up on my knight. And also, if I take the bishop now, he hasn't got knight b takes d7. He can only recapture with queen or with this knight, and that would be moving this knight somewhat backwards, but then it's got a nice jump to there. Okay, so but there bishop takes, and I can't then play the fianchetto. What about if I fianchetto now and allow him to do this? Does it just drop a pawn for no reason? So I'm going back to taking the bishop. Yep. Yeah, I'm going to take the bishop, I think. Got two attackers on this pawn, two defenders. Yeah, simply because I want to do this fianchetto and I'd like not to have the competition. So if, with my opponent now not having a light squared bishop, it makes this a stronger move. Right, that's three attackers on here now. I could push on. This is actually safe because the queen guards. He's got long castles as well as thought here. But I'm liking that move. Means I can trade off my bishop as well if I want to. But it just gets out of all these problems. I've got two defenders, three attackers. That would be four attackers. What do I do? This is still defended by the bishop, so... Ooh. See, for me, to lose a game, but to play 1700 standard, that's a win. That's good. Okay, I spy with my little eye something beginning with, oh no, you fucking don't. Okay, so obviously the threat here is knight f3 with a royal fork. Nah, not on my watch, sonny. Okay, so off goes the bishop fianchetto. Now this is a threat because it comes with a discovery against b7. So which way are you going to go? You know? Which way? So I'm hovering over the pistol now. It's a shootout situation. Which way is he going to go? I'm your Huckleberry. Cracking film, that. If you like a Western. Tombstone. Oh! Oh, missed that one. Missed it. Okay, I mean, I can come back here. Oh, no! Oh, I'm getting outplayed by these buggers, aren't I? Left, right, and centre. 2 attackers on here. Okay, my queen's under attack. But the other problem is he's now got 2 attackers on there. I am missing things. Here, he's simply got bishop takes. That wins the rook. Curses. I can come here, I can come here, I can go there. Doesn't really help. The knight is defended on that square. Okay, so we resign ourselves to the fact that probably bishop takes here is coming. And what I want to do is I want to make sure I recapture that bishop. So I'm happy to trade this unused rook for a very important bishop. And then I retain the bishop pair as well. I mean, he might also just go for this, if he can still do that anyway. If he does that, I have to recapture with pawn, don't I? So, I'm thinking something like queen here. Then if knight takes... Nah, I'd like to be able to block the bishop with this knight. Here, you take my queen, I take your bishop. You dodge. Doesn't work. Are there any counterattacks? Have I got a check threat or any checks or no? Okay, so knight here. He takes bishop, I take back with a pawn. That's okay. Knight here, he does this. I come out. I think so. I think so. I've got to defend this. I really don't want to lose my rook, if I can help it. This is just not... That doesn't really, you know... That's not enough, really, compensation for black here. But that was a splendid move. And I just didn't see it. I mean, I could have done this. Okay, so he's gone in with a bishop. Now, can I castle now, or is it just all too little too late? Here? Or even just that. Stop him castling short, but he can still go long. Take out this knight, threatens this. That's a thought. Take out this knight, knight goes back, I win the bishop. This knight is the only defender of that and the only defender of that. I think that's the best compensation I can get right now. He takes rook. I really want that bishop off the board. If I could save my own dark squared bishop still, that would be great. But, you know, again, he's not castled yet. If he takes the rook... I'd like to do that, I can't. You take the rook, I take the knight, but then he's going to take this. Taking the knight would mean that I've got that, okay. Right, I'm down a rook, so I'm thinking I must retain my pieces. If I take, let's say takes with that. No, I need to save my bishop. And that doesn't do it because he'll take it with a knight. Well, in fact, that knight may well have to move in a minute. So do I just do this? He hasn't got to check with the queen. He can take this pawn. No, he can't. I really want to get castled. Try and win that bishop. I think even, knight c3 is not a stupid idea, because if bishop takes, then I'm hitting the rook. And remember, I have the bishop pair. Yes, I'm a rook down. I am a rook down for a pawn. But games have been won from worse positions than this. Okay, there goes the knight. The knight has now scurried away. So, this is a thought. If I castle first, I move my knight with tempo. But I'm thinking... is he threatening this? Okay, this knight move also puts a second defender on that. So, yeah, I'm now threatening to castle with putting my rook onto f1, which is almost like a discovery. So he's probably going to want to trade off, which definitely plays into my hands a little bit, but then I am concerned about long castles too. But then again, it's a wide open board, and somebody's got two bishops, which is little compensation. Okay, now I think long castles from black, but I'm not miserable about this situation. That isn't on right now. We're not unhappy. We are down in material, but our position is not terrible. He could push f6. I don't think he's going to. I think he's going to long castle. And if he does, I'll probably just short castle immediately and try and some way exploit the fact that I've got no pawns on B and C. If long castles, the queen's the only defender of that. Okay. He's got two attackers on this pawn, but no, he's got three attackers. Do I drop back and attack this rook? If I take out the knight, obviously c-pawn can't take. If I take out the knight, this queen here. I don't know, but it's giving up my favourite bishop. Could just drop the bishop back. Leave our options open. He's gonna have to move this now or push f6. Then I'll probably just castle. I don't know still though. It does drop the pawn. Ah, okay. This rook's now landlocked. Still, if I take the knight, a takes. Queen here. Threatens mate. So he has to move his queen. Or do I just castle? I think if I castle though, knight takes this. Hits my queen. So let's work that one through. Knight, there. Knight takes here. Hangs that pawn somewhat. Knight takes that. I think activating my only rook is a bit more important than trying to. I don't know. I mean, I can't save the pawn anyway because as things stood, it's only got one defender, three attackers. So if he wants it, it's his. Mr. Blong. Interesting to know. Is that better? Interesting. So he's forgone the pawn. He's given up the idea of the pawn. I still have this idea. Pawn takes. Now the queen can't be the first capturer there. I'm pulling it. I'm doing it. Just did it. Here then. Now I don't have a dark square bishop to help the queen's progress, but maybe. Oh, this is interesting. Now this is very dodgy. Because now he's got an open file and he's going to put a rook on it. Make no mistake. I do this. Queen may block. A4. Maybe I do something like this, I don't know. Queen takes, I take queen. That's good still for me. So what I want to be doing, you see the queen's also defending there. A4 right now, queen can take. Something like this, and then A4 adds a second defender. Not that it's necessary. There, rook there, doesn't work. Now A4, A5, pawn takes. I'm really, you know, there's a very real threat of that. But yeah, we are in dire straits, and no mistake. Right, instant A4. I can't see a problem with it. Okay, that's preventing A5, isn't it? Queen defends it. So if this takes, still not too bad. You have to take what you got, you know. What are the imbalances on the board? What's in your favour, right? This is a very good bishop since black decided to castle long, which I think was the right call. Okay, now he's threatening to come back onto the back rank and just simplify. Queen here is a thought. Might have to create luft here. So what's going to happen if he comes to the back rank, right? I'm not going to capture because then his other rook comes in and I'm in, you know, serious danger there. So I'm thinking probably this. King h2, even this, but he's got f5 there, or e6. But we'll see. There is a potential alignment issue there. So I'm gonna hold fire. I'm gonna let him take. Then queen takes. Queen still defends his pawn. Still defends his pawn. I'm gonna stick my king here. But I'm not holding out much hope, boys and girls. But nevertheless, this is how we roll. This is how we improve. You know, there's no better lesson than getting your ass kicked. This, I'm just playing king h2. Down under 7 minutes as well. Oh. I mean, do you learn more from the games where I, you know, get my ass handed to me? Or do you prefer to watch games where I remove other... Oh, hello. Where I embarrass other players. Okay. So I want to defend that. I still actually want to defend that as well. But I don't know what is possible. Takes. Doesn't work. I want that rook to stay there. Although this is not really a threat because just f5. So that's, yeah, this isn't, unless he, you know, we trade off pawns and stuff like that, that would work, you know, if he moves the e pawn. So that's defended all right. So I could just drop back here, but then this, And if I drop back here, he's got queen takes pawn, which is annoying. Although again, it's not, yeah, super critical pawn. I know. Something like this, maybe in queen over here. Queen here defends the rook and the pawn. So if he comes down here, I've got... Oh, no, it doesn't. It slightly drops the queen, though, at the same time, which we don't want to do. Oi, oi, oi. Even like this, then, maybe. So that if he takes... Oh, stop it. Stop it. I'm actually threatening this now. If this rook moves. That, and he has to drop back. I get pawns, maybe. And then, you know, you never know. You never know. It's good to have a dream. You can't take that because it blunders the rook. These rooks are each other's only defense right now. So yeah, quite a good game, quite a good day in Blitz today, but it's not translating directly into Rapid. Hey, hey. Hit queen. Pawn just takes. Push. I don't know. I'm clutching at straws, really. But, you know, as so often, it comes down to a missed tactic in the middle of the game. You know, my opponent's got a really good advantage now and is just doing the right things and pressing O. Line up. When you've got 3 major pieces, your opponent only has 2. Stick them all on the same file. You barely even need to think to do that. So, for example, rook comes here or here. I can still dive in there. But then he's got queen here. But, you know, sweep up some pawns, some bit of compo. Need a bit of compo, mate. There is probably, you know, that's going to double his pawns, isn't it? And a bishop is still a useful piece in an endgame. Okay, do we throw this in? Is there any point? Takes the king here. I've got to, really. He's going to do that. I'm going to do this. Okay, queen h8 now. Queen simply blocks. But it's pawnage. Queen's right now still defending that square, but actually all he really has to do is just push the a pawn up the board, to be fair. That. Yeah, it's your only legal move. Takey, threatening this and a potential mate, but again, very long shot. I should probably get my bishop in a position where it can guard. Hello, what's that about? You're trying to defend your pawn, are you? Interesting. Here now, and he drops his rook back. I can't take the pawn, I have to go to this square anyway. So, I think we just go there now. Right, and maybe down to here. Again with the idea of pushing the pawn and threatening mate. So black still has to watch his back a little bit. I've blown games from a position like this. I know there's a hanging pawn there. This, rook drops, I can pick up another pawn. If I was black now, I think I'd just be doing that. The rook is guarding the promotion square. Okay. Now here, rook drop. Oh, let's go here then. Threaten this. Still got the check, but you know, while the rook drops back, that's just. Okay. How do I get my queen on the b file? Something like this, I think. Oh, that's unpleasant though. That queen there. Oh, no. Yeah. Queen there I actually have to trade because it's a mating threat as well. So again, if he finds that, that's pretty clinical. Rook's taken. Not sure about that idea. Okay, what have we got? Find something. He's not going to take that with a rook. That's just leveling things up too much. Here he's got to defend that pawn, right? Then I'm threatening to take on there. I don't know. Clutching at straws we are. But you know, it's all good practice. Practice trying to rescue something from a terrible position. Oh, that was a jolly good move. That was a really good move. Because again, he's threatening that. So how can I defend my bishop with the queen? I can't. So I have to trade. See, queen can't go here. I have to trade. And this is just totally winning now. I have to move my king. I have to try and maneuver my bishop into a square where it can do this. Now this is just one for black now with a pawn advantage as well. Got 3 more pawns than me. And there you go. Brilliantly played. I mean, just really well played there. So again, you know, you get your ass kicked. But the point is, you know, we learn from it. Right? Why do we fall, Master Bruce? 83.9 accuracy over that length of game for my opponent. Okay, 1593. So I'm playing better than my current rating, which is good. My opponent played 1800. You know, he just played a bit better in the opening, a bit better in the middle game. Okay, and the turning point was, let's see, here. Should not have taken the bishop. Should have taken this knight. See? And we knew that was like a pivotal point. Should have taken the knight. Bishop captures. Attacks the rook. I didn't want that. I didn't want to do this because then my rook's got a problem here. And I have to push d5. Okay, d5, yeah. That's actually not bad. Queen defends this. Yes, and we're still in the game at that point, but it really did fall apart. Just that little transaction in the middle. But hey, but this is how we learn, right? Learning that was a mistake. This is fine. Yeah, we probably drop a pawn. Knight takes d5. Oh, what? It's saying here knight would have taken on d5. What if knight here then? Which is actually a move that was played. Oh no. Yeah, bishop takes. He couldn't take there. So this is a nice position for white. And I've still got my plan of this and stuff like that. But so what actually happened in the game, I took there, queen took. That was also inaccurate. I'm now at -2 already. I should have just developed. But I was trying to save this pawn. And then he comes with this, and what I missed was this overwhelm there. So now, mistake, right, yeah. Should have played a move to defend this pawn the second time. But what I did was I moved my blooming bishop out of the way and left it with no defenders whatsoever. So just silly, but there you go. You know, live and learn. And there you go. So 0-3 from this video, but there we go. Okay, it's all a learning experience. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you all soon.